Hello Gemini. Welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading. And I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you might have been in a relationship with this person. Could have been a situationship as well. Could simply be an energetic connection where you feel that you somehow know this person and you've exchanged glances, but nobody's really saying anything. Also, my method of tuning in, I tune into my higher intuitive self, and that is how I get this information. I never have contact any spirit guides. So my methods are kind of different. And at the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel to provide some advice regarding this entire situation. My goodness. What's going on? Oh, sad story, differences of opinions. We have here play, followed by hearth and home. And we have grief, change, beliefs, awakening, mothering, selfhood. And then we have illness, wellness, under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Gemini, in this connection I do feel this sense of playfulness, this vibrance. With you, life seems to be more vibrant, more happy, more fun. In your eyes I see mischief, and I like what I see. I like being a friend. In you I have found a deeper connection. Somebody who I can say is very close to me. Wherever you are, that is where my home is. You are my hearth and home. Everything about you, when I talk, when I'm lost, you're the one that guides me home. And when I'm cold, you provide me with the warmth that I need. You have always been like this. I have always admired you for this. And the feelings that I get from you are just soft, gentle, unconditional. But what I did really has broken me up too and torn me apart. I do feel guilty for what I did, for what I said, for the things that I didn't say that I should have, the things that I didn't do that I should have done. I do feel remorse, regret, sadness, and melancholy because of this. And I'm afraid that I'm losing you forever now. I'm afraid that I've lost you. My entire sky never really had many stars, but you were that one shining star. Very bright, always leading me home. And now I feel that that star is fading. I'm afraid that I'm losing you forever. For this reason, Gemini, I have realized that things can no longer be the same. If I want something different to happen, I need to make a difference. I need to be the one who's going to change things. And this is the reason why I feel that my opinions, that our differences, we need to see eye to eye. Because before, our beliefs got in the way. No, we're not on the same page. Yes, we do have our differences. The way I was born and brought up is very different than how you were. You have had a different life, and I have as well. Granted, we have some similarities, but that really doesn't change our personalities. You think of this entire situation differently, and I think of it in a different way. And if anything is pulling us apart, it is truly our beliefs. I have had this awakening moment now, and I'm starting to see things differently. I'm starting to put myself into your shoes and seeing things from a different perspective. I realize now that growth, family, prosperity, abundance is truly all that matters. You are somebody who has this unconditional love, and you've always been like this. You may not always stay like this. There's a little glimmer of hope that I still hold on to. But I see you now as somebody who is not so caring, protecting, and nurturing because I no longer communicate. There's a lack of communication. And I see you now as somebody who's very self-reliant, self-sufficient, somebody who's guarded. You are very guarded. You're very careful who you trust, who you give your heart to. And it is unfortunate that I was the one that changed you into this type of person. You're always on the lookout. It's almost as if I've traumatized you. I've changed you as a person. And you have this new aura of, I am single and ready to mingle, and that also scares me. I also see that, yes, you're very defensive, so it's difficult for me to reach out to you the way that I really want to. There used to be a time when I could reach out to you, when I was able to reach out to you. But things changed. You were the one who changed. But did you change on your own? Actually, no. I now realize I was the one that actually indirectly changed you. You changed because of me and because of what you went through. And now it's as if I never really knew you at all. I never really knew you at all. You are no longer that person that I knew. Now it's like you're somebody brand new, and approaching you intimidates me, and it really makes me nervous. What you have become actually intimidates me now. Because of what has happened, I am not feeling very well. My mind is in this constant disarray. It's feeling despair. I feel lonely. And I feel that there's certain things that are weighing me down. Certain traumas and problems of my own, responsibilities of my own, burdens of my own. And I'm not able to be with you the way that you would like me to because there are other restrictions in my life. You may wonder why I was like this. The problem is I actually have no control over my circumstances. There are other issues and other people that control me and my actions, my interactions with you. Everything that I go through, almost you can say, is like being monitored. And I don't understand how I can escape something like this. Because it is a part of who I am. It's a part of where I come from. I'm not able to be with you or give to you what it is that you want. Even though in the beginning, I really wanted to. There's a part of me that still wants to. But there's others involved that prevent me from doing so. All right, Gemini. A lot is going on. I couldn't get the words out. This person is feeling like even if they talk to you, they feel very confused. They get nervous. I personally feel like my words were not coming out as strong, and it happened during the selfhood card. And it's because the selfhood card really does make the other person feel very intimidated. It intimidates them. To them, it seems like you've moved on, like you are single and ready to mingle. That actually scares them. For a tiny portion of you, this could be a third-party situation. And because of the beliefs card. There could also be an issue here with a religious background or some type of a background-related issue. Either some of you may be from a middle-class society, or somebody who is not so well off financially, somebody who is very well off financially, and so your societies don't mix. This could also be, for example, somebody who's from a different religion, different background, different culture. It could also be beliefs where somebody may wish to, and I've used this as an example before, somebody might live very far away and maybe they have their partner who has a job across the country, right? And there's this debate on whether you should go for that job or not. That is also something related to beliefs here. So there's definitely something that's happening in this connection, Gemini, where the both of you are not seeing eye to eye. And the key issue is beliefs. This card usually pops up when there's a total difference of opinions, to the point where you're not even on the same page. Even the books and volumes are different, for example. So, not good. This person feels stuck. That's what it is. They actually feel stuck, and they don't have a way out because of the type of society that they come from, because of the belief system that they have. And some people do think that, oh, but their system is stupid. They're so archaic. No, that's not the way it works. Everybody's born and brought up with their own set of beliefs and principles and morals and ethical values. And when you're in love with somebody, a part of it you have to adjust, but the other part of it you embrace. So if somebody here needs to bend over backwards and completely change, or change the other person, That's not a good connection, Gemini. Just be wary of that. All right. Let's have a look at the Lover's Path Tarot. Oh my, okay. So one of the main reasons, or rather two, because I pull out two cards this way, two of the main issues, why certain things just didn't turn out properly in this connection. What really happened? Why did things go downhill? Some of you may be aware of this, others of you may not be. So this is only two things. It might have been many more. But one of the main reasons is beliefs. So we have here the Two of Arrows and we have the Nine of Cups. Let's have a look at the Two of Arrows. The Two of Arrows does talk about how this person, when things started to go a bit downhill in this connection, the reason why things turned out this way, they were trying to understand a difficult situation and they were trying to attain balance. Eventually issues needed to be confronted, but they were not. This person, to some degree, had a lack of emotional control. And they were finding discomfort making a decision. They started to have this over-reliance on their intellect, thinking very practically, very logically, very rationally. But what did they do in the meantime? They were leaving emotions unconsidered in this connection. Not good. They were being a little too practical. They were not thinking with their heart. They were only thinking on a materialistic level. Nine of Cups. Traditionally, Gemini, many of you know, this is a very beautiful card, but I'm reading the reverse, so it's going to be pretty crappy. Here, this talks about complacency. Taking a relationship for granted, overindulgence, and the inability to actually receive pleasure. A sense of dissatisfaction. Wow. So, because this individual could not make up their mind about something that happened in this connection, one of the issues here was they had started to take this relationship for granted. And some of you may feel as if they may have overindulged as well. Overindulging to the point where this connection emotionally became very dissatisfactory, if there's such a word as that. They were not satisfied. The inability to receive pleasure. So why would that exist? The inability to receive pleasure. Basically, it comes down to too much of anything is bad for you. Too much of overindulgence. Overindulgence is exactly that. You will become dissatisfied. You will become bored. And so to some degree, guys, this is what happened here, that so much happened for a small portion of you. So much happened all at once that it was just too much to handle, and there was a lack of value for who you are, what you're worth. And this person did not value you. And for that reason, there was this feeling of being taken for granted. This person started to take you for granted. When does that happen? When you become too available. Be scarce, be like that rare diamond, and people will value you. It's a terrible thing, though, because we want to be with our person of interest, right? We want to really give them everything. But the way it works, I don't know what kind of phenomena that is, but it works. The way it works is truly, if you keep your distance, you give them a little, you pull back a little, there's this chase that stays fresh. But if you keep just giving and giving, and that person just keeps taking and taking, there's no to and fro. It's a strange kind of phenomenon, but going forward now, at least you do know that one of the main reasons was because too much was given, too fast, too suddenly, overindulgence. Had somebody in this connection kept their distance, there still would have been that sense of desire and attraction. And the main word here was satisfaction. There was a lack of satisfaction in this connection. There was dissatisfaction, emotional dissatisfaction. And the reason why, somebody couldn't make up their mind. But why was that? Because there were too much of a good thing. Too much of a good thing happened. And that is an issue. If there was this rarity, you being the rare person, then there would have been a bit more of value for you. So just keep that in mind with this individual, and maybe even going forward in any relationship. Try not to overindulge too much, because that does create problems. It will create a lack of respect. It will create in other individual's heart, no matter how much they love you, they don't know that they're starting to devalue you. They don't know this. But it just kind of happens. We just become used to the other person, right? And then we take them for granted. That's what happened here. All right, let's have a look at the Beginner's Tarot. The World card. Talk about differences. Yes, worlds apart. There's the Beliefs card, an echo of the Beliefs card. So this is any type of plans, any actions, any intentions that your person of interest may have towards you. Five of Pentacles. Feeling left out in the cold. Feeling neglected and rejected. Although sometimes people put themselves in this position and they blame others for it. All right, you actually have 2 extra cards that came out. The 6 of Wands. You also have here the Queen of Swords. Very interesting. What I'm seeing here is, first of all, what happened in this person's mind, what I'm seeing, in the beginning when things were good between the both of you, they were real good. But then things started to change. And to some degree, you wanted to adjust, or maybe they wanted to adjust, and nobody was really telling the other what really pisses them off. Sometimes we allow, and this is called disingenuous surrender. Sometimes we allow the other person to go ahead with certain things, certain habits, certain behaviors, simply because we don't want to argue with them. But this is something that happened here, that it became a part of the other person's nature, and they kept doing it, and then things just started to increase over time. How that is related here is the World card. There's a realization here that the both of you are truly worlds apart. There's only a few things that are actually very common. Some of you may have an actual cultural difference. This person also does not like the fact that you are physically and emotionally so distant and so far away from them. You may be living under the same roof, but emotionally there is distance. Because of this, they feel, this 5 of Pentacles, a sense of rejection and neglect. But where is that coming from? It's because of the fact that you guys have these differences. You not seeing things from their point of view and them not seeing it from your point of view. Eventually, they're going to break free from this. Thank God. Then you have the Strength card. Amazing. That's like, I mean, this is snow right here. This is cold and snow, right? And this is a beautiful green day with the sun. Complete opposite. Just like a switch. This person, it's funny actually, this person's not going to go through a lot of transformation. They're just going to know that shit, what happened was really bad. I got to change. And they're not even going to go through a lot of long process, which is actually really good. They're just going to know that this is what I have to do. Here we have the Strength card. Yes, they're going to gain the strength and courage and wisdom to reach out to you. Yes, are they coming back into your life? Absolutely. Six of Wands. But beware, when this person comes back, their knees may buckle. They may be a little shy. They may be a little scared. They may be a little intimidated by you. Why? Because they are approaching the Queen of Swords, and that is you. This is how they view you. They're afraid of approaching you, but they're going to try their best. In all honesty, that's pretty sweet, actually. They want to be victorious. They want to have a long-term committed relationship with you. But the other thing is, in the back of their mind, they know how much they've hurt you, how much you feel jaded. Some of you may. How much this person has just turned you into a cold-hearted person. There's no love. There's no compassion. It's they know what they've done to you. They know that they've hurt you, and some of you actually might feel like in the energy of the Queen of Swords. Some of you might not be. Some of you might just be soft and gentle as you've always been. But this person feels like this is what they did to you and this is what they turned you into. Now that's just their opinion. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme we have here, the High Priestess. Now, what's interesting about the High Priestess is behind the scenes, behind all the scenes, okay, backstage, this individual actually knows that there's some type of a special spiritual connection between the both of you. Yet they are not talking about it. They're not truly revealing how deep they feel this connection runs. It's very deep. Very deep. Right now in my mind's eye I'm seeing, and I've seen this before, below the surface of planet Earth, if you go a few feet down, maybe much further down, there's rocks, sedimentary rocks, whatever type of rocks there are, and sand, and then boom, you have this river. And then underneath the river you still have more earth. But there's a river there that flows. This river is never-ending love. Yeah. It's a secret love. It exists. It's below the surface, and it does not stop. It keeps running. That's what I'm seeing. This person, deep, deep down, has this endless, unconditional love for you that doesn't fade away, it doesn't go away. It's never known when it was started, and they don't know when it's going to end. Because of this, there is this desire on the inside to want to be with you. It is actually a very beautiful image that I'm seeing. And it's like the universe is going to give them a push. And this is probably why they're not even going through like the hermit process. They're not going through any other processes here. Maybe they already have. But it's a pretty interesting jump from the Five of Pentacles, boom, to the Strength card. And then we have action. So yes, this person, Gemini, is going to take action towards you. I definitely see that here. They're going to reach out to you, but just keep in mind, they may be hesitant. And they may be a little scared and timid and shy if they do speak to you, because they feel like they've turned you into somebody who is, who's really angry, who's really upset. They don't know if maybe you might reject them. All right. I have here Archangel Answer cards. So I'm just going to do a quick prayer. All right. So these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel. First card's the strongest. You have yes. Very good. Followed by Abundance. Very nice card. Ooh, then we have Romance. Yes. Spiritually based romance. This is very much what the High Priestess was feeling, that there's something very special about this connection. Then we have no. I'm going to ask, please clarify the no. Oh, okay. No, wait. Some of you might be rushing. They're just saying no, wait. Oh, okay. That just popped out in a weird way. Helpful people. So they are saying here that it will be, oh my God, it will be important. I gotta probably change the angle of this one. It will be important for you to actually speak to people. Speak to people, and people, it doesn't have to actually be an individual where you have a physical conversation with them. You don't have to. Helpful people could also be people that have actually written books, written blogs, and you can read those books and those blogs. Talking to somebody who is perhaps a therapist, a friend, a best friend. It could be anybody. And it could also be somebody, for example, just as it is on YouTube, they have a lot of people who may be, in fact, coaches, like coaching experts. You may want to consult with somebody regarding relationships. Whatever it is, this is a love reading, and the consultation will be about relationships. Why you feel the way that you do, why does this other person feel this way, how can you communicate better? So helpful people, there are people around you. You don't have to suffer on your own. People will give you good advice, and they will give you whatever advice they have. However, just be careful you go to the right people. People that actually have had positive relationships and they don't have a biased opinion. All right. So you have actually an extra one. Oh, let go. Yes, the famous card, let go. So there's a few things here. Let go does talk about letting go of, if it's possible, letting go of that belief-related issue that the both of you keep arguing about. Whatever is going on. Is it really that important to prove your point? If it is, then you know what you have to do. You really can't be with this person because they're not understanding where you're coming from. But if you can adjust and if you can let go, then that is perfectly fine. Choosing a new direction is also something that you may have to do, a different approach to the situation. Here we have let go of this person. Remember, I told you be that rare diamond. Try to be that rare person where this person will be able to really absorb and value you and not take you for granted. Letting go means you don't have to stop loving them. You don't have to stop. However, keep your physical distance from them. When you do that, even your emotions, you will be able to keep your distance and this person will actually start to miss you. Here, listen to your intuition. People may give you whatever advice they need to give you, but there's going to be some type of an experience that you've gone through in the past maybe, or maybe you may go through something in the future. The interesting part here is they're saying to listen to your own intuition, to pay attention to that gut feeling that you have. And ultimately, the overall arching theme here is choose a new direction. This means try a different approach. Do not try the same method because you keep getting the same result. Try a different method to get a different result. So if you've always approached this connection from this one type of mindset, pull yourself out of that mindset and try to be somebody else for a day and see what happens. You'll probably freak out your person of interest. They'll be like, what is my Gemini up to? But it's a good option because if you've tried certain things and if it's not working, it's best for you to try something else. Sometimes we don't realize that we can do that with the simplest things in life. When we argue about something or when we talk about something, there's different ways of approaching certain situations and certain issues. Sometimes we don't know. And yes, you will be receiving abundance. The abundance will be in relation to romance and love. However, there needs to be some changes that are going to be made here. Choosing a new direction. Doing things differently. Not repeating it the same way. All right, Gemini. That is your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity and some guidance in your situations. Do let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. Also, I wanted to mention that on my other YouTube channel, Asnointia Audio, I did upload a new video, and it is called Friends with Benefits, Casual Connections, and Hookup Culture. So it's about that type of topic, and it is mostly the things that all my clients and you guys on YouTube, all of you guys, that you've gone through. All of the comments that I receive from people, the emails that I receive from people. So a lot of people are finding themselves in this type of a situation where it's a predicament. So hopefully it'll help some of you out there. And if not, you can just go through it, I would recommend, and also share it with somebody who you feel might be inexperienced. Hopefully if they get this information beforehand, they won't have to suffer like all of us did back in the day. Some of us are still suffering, right? So at least if you have that knowledge, you'll know. You can skip over that. Like, you don't have to worry about it anymore because now you know what to expect. This is something important because it's important for us to learn. And there are some great videos out there, but I wanted to create this one because specifically I've seen this pattern of behavior from all of these scenarios that I read. And it seems like everybody has the same issue. So it only made sense for me to actually make this video. Also, I just wanted to mention I'm still taking on readings, which is personal love reading. So if some of you do want a personal love reading, I still have that open as well. The ones that I have right now are written reports. They're all conducted by myself, my own interpretation. There's nobody else involved. And hopefully, if some of you want that, you can always reach out. All right then. Actually, well, reaching out, you can go to my website. It's all of the packages that I have are on my website. There's a few of them that are still available. All right. Gemini, you take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys again. Bye now.